This is why we're here right now, because we keep normalizing bullshit. We keep giving a platform to the poison. And then we wonder how we got here. And so even when people talk about this Donald Trump thing, yeah, Fox News is complicit. So is CNN. So is MSNBC. They continue to give that foolishness a platform. Every time a Karen acts up, we don't need to hear her side of the story. We saw who you are, because who you are is what you just showed us in this moment of conflict. Everybody's cool when they're cool. When the shit gets rough, that's who you are. So I don't want to hear about you. I don't want to hear that bullshit about you. The lady in Arizona who got slapped by the Mexican girl, the husband was crying. They interviewing him. Well, she didn't take her meds. Fuck all of that. Yeah. There is no medication. No, it's the truth. And I agree with you. I agree with you. Why are we listening to the other side when the other side is evil and wicked? To justify it? R. Kelly, he got molested. Join the club, motherfucker.
Join the club, nigga. Everybody got molested. We all watch Precious. Now, let me tell you something. Part of it is a two-sided thing, right? Because let's be real. They're going to report on it because it's business and people going to watch. So it's not even at Gail's table. Gail is a journalist, and she going to try to do her shit, and she want people to watch. And then at the end of the day, we either watch the shit or we don't watch the shit. So we stop watching the shit, they're going to stop putting the shit out there. That the little girl, Bella, whatever her name is, she didn't need to go on Red Table Talk, but they knew that was going to be sensationalized. They was going to put up there. But Gammy said it the best. Nobody cares about what you're going through right now. And here's where you can really tell if people are apologetic about the things that they do. When that girl, Bella, whatever her damn name is, went up there and talked about this college fraud shit that didn't nobody give a fuck about at this point, because, girl, we done went through a race war. We done went through the pandemic. Donald Trump is president. George Floyd and a whole bunch of other people done been killed. We still saying her name. Breonna Taylor just hasn't been. We don't forgot about Aubrey. Like, we got so much shit going on. Your shit is so minuscule at the point it is. The world is on fire and burning. Nobody cares if your bangs look right. But what they should have told that bitch is, when you come on here and you want sympathy for what you went through, it would have been nice for you to sit down and give us the names of all the Black women that have been put in jail for just trying to get their kids in a better school system, because the school system where their child is zoned in is failing them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I actually disagree with that. While I agree with that statement, the Red Table Talk should have said no. That is where their ultimate power is, to say no. And they should have started the episode with so-and-so, whatever her name is, asked to be on here. But instead, we are going to spend the next half hour talking about all the Black women that went to jail trying to get their child into another school. And that's what the fuck they should have did. Because guess who watches the the Red Table? We do.
But Zainab, I brought this up to you, and I said they should have said that, and you said that would have broken the fourth wall.
No, Chloe, you said that they should have said, "Listen, we just all about the ratings. Y'all know what we're doing."
Yeah.
They can't say that, but what they can do is they could flip it. She asked to come on here. Gammy said that she had this problem. We feel this way, and so instead, we chose to do this. We chose to bring on these women and give them a platform. And I'm not trying to blame Gail, but I know Gail signed a $300-something million contract just a couple of months ago, so they want to keep Gail. So Gail could say, "No, I'm not talking to that. I'm not talking to that little girl." Yeah.
What I want Gail to do is, I want Gail to stop. Well, no, I don't want to tell her what to do, but I would appreciate if she wasn't the only person that got to interview race-related subjects.
Yeah,
because
I am Gail.
Yeah,
yeah.
But that's what they paying her for, because Gail is a part of the system that we all know there's a system behind it. Like, there's a reason why okay, let me just say this real quick. Zainab, we agree. And I just want to say this also. Thank you to everybody who's been donating. I don't know how you do shout outs here, and I get flack for shout outs, but Raj and he put $49.99. Now I don't know why he didn't just add a penny and make it 50, but maybe they took a penny for processing. So we want to appreciate you for doing that. But what I want to say is, Zaynab, we agree. I agree that the girl should not have been on the show. What I was saying was, now that the girl is on the show and we're looking at her, how you know how somebody is trying to rectify a situation or get themselves vindicated is by the information that they present to show that they are aware. Yeah. That girl, the only thing she mentioned was that she going to pat some Segundo. And it's like, girl, El Segundo's right next to LAX. So if you want a flight on your way patting them kids in the head in El Segundo, so I don't, like, we need to hold people accountable. But we need to also understand our biggest problem is people about this, right? Because I run around and I say a lot of truths all the time, and I say it to the detriment of my career. You don't think I could be out here on movies and stuff? I'm very entertaining and engaging, and I do a lot of characters. I'm classically trained in the theater. But what I won't do is I won't just keep sitting here acting like Black people don't have problems, people of color don't have problems, and women don't have problems. And unfortunately, when we say shit like this, we are talking to a lot of white women who are still making money and putting money into things, and we are still, when we go to try to pitch shows, you know what they say to us? Does it fit into this demographic or that demographic? They don't think that the Black demographic is a demographic that they have to promote to. They think they can just give Black people anything and we gonna watch it because it's Black. But when they give something to white people, they give them something very specific. And you can't be the type of personality on a show that white people are gonna watch and then they feel intimidated by you because you're speaking truth. If you don't speak to a white male a demographic between the ages of 18 to 35, they ain't fucking with you. So what's important is we have to start making our groups important and powerful, and we can. If Black women can keep the hair industry, do you know how they are cloning babies now? That's not true, but I'm just saying it for the joke. They cloning babies in India to keep hair going. Because Black women is buying Indian hair, they don't have enough babies. Now they got to shave down lambs and shit in India because they done ran out of babies and balled out. It's $1 billion business.
They should start cloning babies for hair. They've been cloning vegetables for 20 years now. But Yamanika, what I'm asking is, and I understand the money of it. So, and I understand why I understand when you say to the detriment of your career. See, a year of no gigs, if you turn down a show, that could change your life in a negative way, right? A pandemic affected you negatively. Guess who is not affecting? Jada Pinkett Smith. So if we can't be truthful and be educational and put out the right stuff to our audience when we're at the top, then when do we ever get to do it?
I agree.
What I'm saying.
Because we have all four of us have been willing to sacrifice, not at that level, because we want to make sure that we are responsible because it matters to us. So why can't someone who is at the top of the food chain in this business say that's not okay?
But that's how she got. And I love Jada Pinkett. She's a Baltimore girl. You know how I get down with my people. But let's understand. There's been a lot of tiptoeing. People tiptoe through the tulips to get where they are. Just like this young lady here, Marie Morton Williams, puts a comment, right? And again, I'm not disrespecting nobody, but the comment is like, no, don't ever say that everybody has their own individual beauty. Don't focus on skin color beauty. Like my family are different hues and textures. It makes the world a rainbow and lovely. We all know that. I want to be very clear. We get that. Whenever Black women, especially dark Black women, are talking about the shit that is happening to us, all of a sudden, don't hate on the light women, don't hate on the bright women, don't hate on nobody's hating on them. But we cannot continue to lower our voices so that we keep being why do Black women always have to be the people that keep inclusion pumping and going?
Yeah. And I think to me, like something that triggers me is when people tell me to be the bigger person when I am rightfully hurt, right? Yeah. And I had a dear friend of mine tell me that. He was like, can you just be the bigger person? And I was like, well, who is speaking up for me the way you speaking up for this person that you want me to keep in mind their feelings? Who's keeping my feelings in mind? And I think a lot of times that's the thing, that nobody keeps our feelings in mind. No one says, what can I do to make sure that Chloe feels comfortable, or Zainab or Yamanika feels comfortable, or Ida feel comfortable coming into the situation? Nobody preps us before we walk into a room. We just get ambushed because they know, oh, they're Black or they're a woman of color and they're strong. They'll figure it out. They'll maneuver. They'll handle it because we've been handling it. And the reason why we've been handling it is because we keep being put in these situations, not because the system has changed, is that we've had to adapt because no one else is going to take into consideration our feelings, our truth, our honesty, our goals. And it's like the thing that we always say is like, we got to make a way out of no way. And that's literally the existence. When you are a Black woman in this country, you have to make a way out of no way. And people expect you to show results, right? Yeah. You can't be a bum. You can't be a bum Black woman. It is almost unheard of. You cannot be a bum Black woman. It's not allowed.